New York Giants, let's go defense. Ballin'. New York Giants, fly high, you know this.
Hi, and welcome back to the Colorado G-Men Show. Today, we're going to review the final straw of the Giants season, the Falcons' loss. The game is clouded by some very questionable coaching decisions. Thanks, Pat. The Giants D held the high-flying Falcons offense to 10 points through three quarters, but the offense couldn't punch the ball in the end zone, coming away with only 3 points in the first half and another 3 points in the third quarter. It should have been 6 in the third, but prelude here, I'm going to lose my mind later. The fourth quarter showed that both teams actually did field offenses, where we saw a combined 27-point explosion in the fourth quarter after 16 points through 3. In the end, the Giants lose another heartbreaking close loss, 20-23, which sends the Giants into a fire sale mode to get rid of any asset value of the remaining Reese's Pieces. On the defense, as mentioned in the summary, the D played extremely well in the first 3 quarters, but couldn't hold the line in the fourth. They were giving away plenty of yards, but very stingy on points. The D got 3 sacks in the first quarter. Now moving on to the offense. As per Football Outsider, the Giants are ranked dead last in run blocking. I am so glad we picked up Saquon Barkley in the first round. Let's talk about pass protection while we're talking about the offensive line. They gave up another 4 sacks and are now on pace to give up 55. For comparison, they gave up 34 sacks last year. That means that we were better with Eric Flowers and a ragtag team of journeymen than Nate Sauter and his redeveloped offensive line. Nate Sauter is the most overpaid player in the NFL. The Giants were able to take advantage of the Falcons when they were in man-to-man situations for large chunks of yards, but they weren't able to convert in the red zone. They were 0-3 in that red zone before the fourth quarter. Now some commentary on Pat Shurmur and TTFP. Take the freaking points. The Giants started in the second half with the ball and drove the ball down the field 75 yards to get a third and goal situation on the 1. I love the call for Saquon Barkley off the left end as Atlanta showed their weakness on the perimeter short yardage defense. Unfortunately, it didn't work. On fourth down, after this wonderful drive, Shurmur decides to go for it. The play was designed for Odell Beckham, and the play just wasn't there. Eli then tries to squeeze the ball to Simonson, and they fail to convert. I've heard a lot of people argue that Odell Beckham was open, but he wasn't. Saquon and Red Ellison were open. I'm not debating the merit of the actual play call. This isn't freaking Madden football here. This is the NFL. Your offense just fabricated a hell of a drive and recaptured the momentum. Take the freaking points. This would bring the score to 10-6. What's more about this call and what it means? Pat Shurmur is playing calls out of desperation, not from a game plan. What it also means is Shurmur believes the Giants won't be able to get back into the red zone. It also means Shurmur doesn't believe the defense is good enough to keep the Falcons at bay. All of this is communicated to the team by this single play call. It's a critical juncture of the game, setting the tone for the second half. There's still 26 minutes and 37 seconds left to play in the game. This is a ludicrous call. More TTFP. Going for 2 when the score was 12-20 would have been 13-20 after the extra point. With 4 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the game, that's one freaking score. This is the most ludicrous call I've ever heard in my life. Pat Shurmur's actually making me think that Ben McAdoo was a better coach. Now let's talk a little bit about David Gettleman. The general manager of the Giants was handed a tough task at the end of last season to rebuild a broken team with an awful base at offensive line. He has broken this line further. Nate Sauter is the most overpaid player in the NFL. Omame just got benched. Outside of the line, running back Jonathan Stewart was another failed experiment with a large free agent contract. The only major free agent signing that was positive was Alec Ogletree. He is a vocal leader of the D and has been playing a lot better than I've been giving him credit for on the show. The Giants are in a massive fire sale, trading off major pieces of the Giants D, such as Eli Apple and Damon Snacks Harrison. I don't believe the Giants got much value out of either of these contract assets either. Snacks, a linchpin of the Giants' run-stopping efforts, still has 2 years on his contract and a front-loaded contract that makes him a low-cap hit, high-impact player in the next season. For the second-best player on the Giants' defense, Gettleman got a fifth-round draft pick, and that's it. For Eli Apple, the Giants get a fourth and a seventh-round draft pick from the Saints. Apple had his best campaign in 2018 and is still on his rookie contract that could be extended for another year. Thank you, everyone, for watching the Colorado G-Men Show, be it the Tavern in Platt Park in Denver, the Lazy Dog in Boulder, and the Good Company Bar in Colorado Springs for all the games. Don't forget to subscribe and go Giants!